Dr. Dalke was one of the first professors that I had when I came to UWGB as a freshman. I took her freshman seminar course, Human and Animal Relations, and I've always credited her in that course for setting me on the educational path that I ended up choosing. I had always had a love of animals, but through that class, I discovered a passion for rehabilitating animals, and Dr. Dalke helped me realize that I could turn that passion into a career. Her passion and excitement for what she taught was obvious and infectious. She made you want to come to class every day and learn and be as excited and passionate about it as she was, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to learn from her.
Karen, miss you so much, and it's hard to believe that I will not get the email from you or a Facebook comment, that you will not stop by my office in the fall, or I will not stop at your office on the way to class. I came to really know your steps when you would pass by my office. I didn't even have to turn around to know that you were there. Kind of knew the sound even of your earrings when you were passing by. But my favorite memories were always of you sharing the most beautiful gifts that people gave me in my life. I really loved all of the presents that you gave me. Not only because they were beautiful and meaningful and really sweet, but because you knew what I would like, and you took time to think about what you would give. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, that you gave those wonderful gifts to all the people whom you knew and whom you wanted to share with and to make happy. I still have the Downton Abbey thank you notes that you gave me after you saw me posting the Facebook comment about just how much I love that show. I have the soaps that you brought from Iceland or Portugal, because I told you that I collected soap as a kid. I really don't know too many people who would pay attention to those little things that we say in passing, remember them, and then return the kindness like that. I will miss you more than words can tell. I really will. So I wish I could say this thank you one more time. But thank you, Karen.
If you had the chance to know Karen, you know that she's one of the most caring, selfless individuals that you're ever going to meet. She had just this way of connecting with people and a way of putting everyone else's needs above her own that I don't think I've ever encountered in another person. She was the type of person that, if she brought $5 for food that day and she knew you were hungry and you didn't eat it, she was going to spend it on you. It was just above and beyond of what you would expect anyone to do. I know in my time working with her, she brought me tea, she brought me something to put on my chair that massages my back. She took it off her own chair to give to me because she knew I had a backache. She was just remarkable.
Hi, I'm Michael Lee Drexschmidt. I graduated from UW Green Bay back in 2015, and I was a graduate in the adult degree program with an emphasis in urban and regional planning, which I'm practicing now primarily in the country of Peru. And this, where I am now, has a lot to do with a professor who recently passed away, Karen Dalke, Professor Karen Dalke, whose introductory anthropology class was a huge influence on me, as well as her personality. And just like her personality, it's hard to put into words exactly what that influence is. But it goes back to 2008 when I started at UWGB. I didn't do very well at first, and I left after one semester. And it wasn't until 2012 that I went back. Now, right before I went back in 2012, I had rented a video on cultures around the world and how people live in different environments. And my mind went back to that anthropology class, and it was the single most memorable academic experience in my life up to that point was that class. um, particularly because of the way that Professor Dalke looked at things from all perspectives. She taught the holistic perspective in that course about how you need to look at things from sociology, from biology, to really get a full picture to understand a problem. And that's how anthropology looks at things. Now, I watched this video course, and this was at the time that I took the decision to go back to school. So I don't know if it was because of that video and thinking of her course, but I think it had it was the push that I needed to do it. And going back, I wanted to go into anthropology, but unfortunately UWGB didn't have a major in it. But I took her course again, even though I didn't need to, because it was a way for me to get back into it, after 4 years. And during that course, the second time I took the course in 2012, 2013, I decided that I wanted to travel. So I looked at travel courses, and I ended up going to Ecuador with Professor Cruz for an urban planning internship, and that was also my introduction to urban planning. So, and Spanish and South America. So, through Karen Dalke's class, I was not only guided back to the university, but also pushed on a path that I would follow after my university studies. So the impact of Karen Dalke is there, and again, hard to put into words, but I feel that her holistic perspective, it was easy to tell she was a very passionate, idealistic person about some topics, but she was also able to distance herself from that and teach you to think for yourself, not just to you have to think the way she does. In many ways, I see her as a role model, and that's not something you can put into even a few minutes of speech, but her impact has been huge on my life, and just for one course that I took 2 times. And of course, I talked to her, went and talked to her after classes throughout my time at the university. Afterwards, I went to talk to her as well. So yeah, I'm sorry for the loss of those who were very close to her, and it was a shock for me. But I think that her impact, not only on me but on others, is felt, and is something to celebrate.